Dr. Ashok Lahiri, a famous academician and a member of 15th Finance Commission, had a surprising news waiting for him in the summer of 2021. BJP had picked him up for fighting the Balurghat constituency against Trinamool Congress, a seat which was dominated by a left partner RSP for a long time. Dr. Lahiri, were you surprised or you expecting a ticket from BJP?
I was surprised. I was surprised because I've had a full life. I've worked in various capacities. ये तो सही नहीं होगा ये बोलना कि राजनीति में कोई रुचि नहीं थी. हमारे जो पीढ़ी है, मेरा पैदाइश कलकत्ता में है और 60 की दशक, 70 की दशक, इवन लेट 60s जब मैं कॉलेज स्ट्रीट में हिंदू स्कूल में पढ़ता था, फिर प्रेसिडेंसी कॉलेज में पढ़ता था, हमारे रगों रगों में राजनीति थी. कि हम देखे हैं कांग्रेस की सरकार गई, वो जुक्तो फ्रंट था, उसका सरकार आई, ट्रामें जलती थी, बसें जलती थी, स्ट्राइक होती थी. और मैं तो छात्र राजनीति में भी था. प्रेसिडेंसी कॉलेज में जब नक्सल आंदोलन हो रहा था तब आई वाज an elected representative.
But why BJP, Dr. Lahiri? Was it a conscious decision or someone gave you a ticket so you kind of thought it was an opportune moment to get into active
I'll tell
politics?
you that the reason is very simple. See, politics is the art of the possible. Now, when it comes to economic policies, I definitely believe in liberal policies. And BJP was definitely right of the center. It talks about socialism because in India, socialism is so deep in our veins. And socialist policies, there's nothing wrong with it. Most countries follow welfare policies.
Yeah, but BJP is not known to be there's a right-wing thought process within BJP, but BJP is by in core not a socialist party. I mean,
What do you mean by socialist? Socialist, there are many kinds of socialism. In fact, that term itself has been abused so much. You can't show me anyone who is not a socialist. Because do you want policies which are good for social welfare? Every party wants it. The question is whether you want state ownership, whether you will encourage private entrepreneurship. That way, BJP is definitely it believes in social welfare, but at the same time it says that there should be a very large role of private enterprise.
डॉक्टर लाहिरी, क्या सोच था बीजेपी को ज्वाइन करने का? क्योंकि आपने मुझे कहा इसके पहले कि आपने एक्टिव पार्टी पॉलिटिक्स में उसी दिन आए जिस दिन नॉमिनेशन पेपर आपने साइन की.
हाँ, ये तो ऐसा है ना, पश्चिम बंगाल मेरा स्टेट है. मैं सन 71 में कोई ऐसी स्थिति हो गई थी पश्चिम बंगाल में कि पढ़ाई लिखाई की education was completely disrupted. So my parents, they were not rich people. They decided for my safety as well as for my career, it's better to send me to Delhi School of Economics. So I came to the Delhi School of Economics. Then a middle class boy, one thing led to another. I got jobs, went abroad. Then I had a strong wish कि ऐसा है कि मेरी माँ जो रह गई थी Kolkata में, figuratively. My mother was also there in Kolkata, my father was also there. But there was this strong wish to go back to West Bengal and if possible within my limited intelligence, means and effort to do something for West Bengal.
Why BJP?
Because BJP came and approached me and I tell you again that I had worked with Atal Bihari Vajpayee. I had worked with Dr. Manmohan Singh. I had worked with Dr. Mr. Deve Gowda, I.K. Gujral, Mr. Chidambaram. I've worked with a whole host of people and for political reasons no one has discriminated against me.
first shocker after joining the party was the resistance that you faced in North Bengal. And you had to switch constituency to Balurghat. How did you take that?
I did not switch. I learnt about it from newspaper. A cousin sister of mine called me and said that I've become a candidate. I said, really? Then I opened the newspaper and saw it. And then one day again I was told that I'm not I'm in the list. People commiserated with me, gave me condolences. Then again people said, you have been selected. So I was a passive
So why it still surprises all of us to get a ticket? एक टिकट मिलना इतना मुश्किल काम है.
ये सवाल तो मैं जवाब नहीं दे पाऊंगा, वो आप बीजेपी से पूछिए. तो
मैं बताऊं, शायद एक सोच था पार्टी में कि 2021 के इलेक्शन बीजेपी जीतेंगे और उनको एक फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर चाहिए था जो आप जैसे नॉलेज लेके आए वेस्ट बंगाल को एक नया दिशा देने के लिए. जीते नहीं अलग मुद्दा है. क्या आपके पास कोई ब्लूप्रिंट अभी भी है? अगला इलेक्शन 1.5 साल में असेंबली इलेक्शन होने वाला है. क्या कोई ब्लूप्रिंट है वेस्ट बंगाल का? इंडस्ट्रियल रिवाइवल कैसे हो सकता है?
देखिए, इफ यू आर आस्किंग कि मेरे पास कोई किताब है क्या नहीं जहाँ पर मैं लिख के रखा हूँ क्या क्या करना है, नहीं है.
कुछ तो होगा मन में.
नहीं, ये तो
अगर पार्टी ऐसे सोच रहे कि आपको फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर बनाया जाए इसलिए नॉर्थ बंगाल से हटा के बालूरघाट जो सिर्फ सेफ कंस्टिट्यूंसी माना जाता है.
There is no rocket science. Economic development comes from good law and order, Raj Dharma पालन करना, to create an investment friendly environment. तो पश्चिम बंगाल में किस चीज़ की अभाव है? पहले तो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर देखिए. शायद आपसे बात हो रही थी, आप बता रहे थे कि पोर्ट हम किस पोर्ट के साथ काम कर रहे हैं जिसमें वो जॉब चाणक्य की शिप आया था करीब 250 साल पहले. The river is silted up. No large ship can come into the Ganges from Sandhead. It takes about 24 hours to come. कोई deep draft ship आ नहीं पाता है. तो कलकत्ता को जो सबसे बड़ी strong point थी, it's a good port, that is not there anymore. We don't have a deep sea port.
और क्या दिक्कतें हैं?
एक सेकंड,
अगर 1 2 3 जल्दी में आपको समझाना है.
एक तो पोर्ट, दूसरी बात यह है कि रोड्स. मैं आपको एक किस्सा बताऊं. कोई जापानीज इन्वेस्टर आया था, उसको ले जा रहे थे कुछ हल्दिया के पास. वो जापानीज बड़ा इंटरेस्ट के साथ जा रहा था गाड़ी में, और जब डायमंड हार्बर रोड से जा रहे थे इधर अटक गया आमतौला ये जगह कहीं. वो जापानीज का मुंह बदलना शुरू हुआ. जब तक वो वापस आए तब तक तो समझ गया जो ले गए थे कि हो गया काम. अगर सड़क की ये हालत है.
अगला पॉइंट,
द स्पाइन ऑफ वेस्ट बंगाल NH34 हालत देखिए कितना टाइम लगता है. एंड कंपेयर इट
सपोर्ट सड़क.
देन इवन एयरपोर्ट. कोलकाता वाज द मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट एयरपोर्ट, एंड नाउ यू हार्डली गेट एनी direct flight from Kolkata to Europe and other places.
चौथा,
railways. Even railways, the freight corridor that we need is not there. And then education and health. Previously it used to be an education hub. People used to come from other states to West Bengal to study. Health, go and find out how many people are going to Hyderabad, Chennai, Mumbai. So physical and social infrastructure are in a shambles.
Okay, we'll come to that. All that you said, education is a state subject, so is health. But can West Bengal government, without the support of centre, redevelop the port? Can a port be privatized on its own? Can roads be built only by the funds of state government? No. These are federal issues where it requires support of the central government. And long 50 years during the rule of the CPM and then TMC, the centre, the party in centre was never the party in the state. So West Bengal always got the stepmotherly attitude. So why do you blame the current TMC government for all the woes of West Bengal?
No, I'm not for a moment. See, it's a collective responsibility. And I even believe that putting all the blame on TMC's door is not right. There is a long history of 34 years.
But that's not a politician talking. You have to blame. You're a politician now.
But have they done enough to correct the situation? No. Port you're talking about. I don't think any port is being built in India without the central government. But you need to have a deal. And that deal is not being worked out properly. Roads you're talking about. Roads, of course, the national NHAI will build the roads. But the land has to be acquired by the state. The state government doesn't acquire the land.
So there is a lack of initiative. On behalf of the state government.
Because it's almost like that, why trouble unless the trouble troubles you? So it's like you're woken up when there is an incident in Arjikor about the state of health. But you don't wake up until there is a crisis. And what I'm surprised is that even now we don't realize in West Bengal that we are going through a prolonged crisis.
If BJP comes back and you are made the finance minister of West Bengal, what are the 4-5 things which are on the priority list? You cannot build roads and ports overnight. What are the things that you would tweak to bring in investments?
See, you'll have to score a goal. It's like Lionel Messi scoring a goal. You can't ask him, कैसे गोल दोगे? अब देखना पड़ेगा कहाँ से बॉल आती है, कैसे बॉल दे. As long as niyat is fine, as long as you're not doing politics only to win the next election, you are doing politics with a sincerity of purpose, that you want to do something for the state, which will benefit in the medium to long run. I think it's fine. But your straight-cut answer to your question, do I have a blueprint? No, I don't have a blueprint, 1, 2, 3, this is how I'll do it.
All right. Why don't we see private investments, domestic private investments? You spoke about a Japanese, but there are problems with roads elsewhere in the country. But I mean, for instance, Bihar roads are no better than Bengal. But we are seeing private investments coming into Bihar, but not as much in Bengal. Why is that so? Trade unionism is long over. Labor is still cheap. Land is cheap.
Land is a major problem. Land is a major problem. Unplanned urbanization is a crisis in West Bengal. You go anywhere. See, look at the television news. Yesterday I was seeing every town is inundated by rains. Roads are practically unpassable. Even the new national highways which are being built, overnight you find that shops are coming up. We are not being able to attract any industries because the approach of the Bengal government now doesn't seem to be a coherent one. They have the what they call BGGS, Bengal Global Business Summit, and there people come. वो रसगुल्ला खिला देते हैं, पिक्चर उठाते हैं, फोटोज़ में भर जाता है. the MOUs signed. Now, MOUs have a long history, even from the CPM days. Somnath Babu used to go to London and sign all the MOUs. Where have they gone? Where is the money? So, let's get it very clear that businessmen will come to a state not for the love of the state, but to make money. So the issue is we must make Bengal a profitable venture.
Let's come to your experience of mass politics. You were never a mass politician. तकलीफ होती होगी गर्मी में, रैली में, लोगों से मिलना, हुजूम के साथ घूमना, और बहुत आप इतना सॉफ्ट स्पोकन है, बहुत चिल्ला के भाषण देना.
मेरा तो ये मानना है, ये चिल्ला के बोलोगे और समझोगे कि लोग बड़े खुश हो गए. लोग बुद्धू नहीं है, वो सुनते हैं बातें, क्या बोल क्या रहा है. तो इसलिए मैं देखा हूँ कि वो चिल्लाने की कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है. एक है सब्सटेंस, एक है यू प्रोड्यूस हीट. यू हैव टू गिव लाइट एज वेल एज हीट. Perhaps heat I can't produce, but I have had no problem, including in the Legislative Assembly. People listen to me when I speak. No, it will not be absolutely true if I say there are no frustrations in active politics. There are frustrations, but there are frustrations even in with your family, with your son, daughter, father, mother, everyone.
I understand, but mass politics in India is about plotting, is about tricking, is about being clever, crooked. How does a soft-spoken person like you from academics, who has spent long years theorizing things and advising governments, match up to the politicking of mass politics?
No,
ये कितना difficult है?
No, I won't say it's cakewalk. Cakewalk तो है नहीं, मगर इतना once you have sincerity of purpose and लोग समझ गए ये चोर नहीं है, बदमाश नहीं है, ये कितना काबिल है तो पता नहीं, ये जो करना चाहता है ये बिल्कुल सही कहता है, जो कहता है वो सचमुच में करना चाहता है, कर पाएगा क्या नहीं दूसरी बात है. And that's a great realization. I feel very happy when I find people trust me. ये कोई नहीं कहता कि चोर है, क्या बदमाश है.
भाई, हरियाणा का कांग्रेस एमएलए जो अभी ऑपोजिशन में है, हरियाणा में अभी बीजेपी का सरकार है, उनसे बात कर रहा हूँ, और वो सारे लोग ये कहते हैं, जो भी ऑपोजिशन एमएलए होते हैं, कि देखिए एमएलए होके ऑपोजिशन में रह के लोगों के लिए कुछ करना बहुत मुश्किल है, क्योंकि सरकार का सपोर्ट ना हो तो आपके पास कुछ भी नहीं है लोगों के लिए करने का, सिवाय आईडी लिखना, आईडी अप्रूव करना. आप कैसे कुछ कर रहे हो, क्योंकि सरकार तो टीएमसी है वहां.
Main problem with West Bengal government is that, again, I don't know how you translate it into Hindi. खाजना থেকে बाजना बेशी. The government always says ये कर देंगे.
हाँ, मतलब खर्चा ज्यादा है और अर्निंग कम है. मुद्दा यह है कि एक ऑपोजिशन, हाँ, आप एक ऑपोजिशन एमएलए होने के नाते लोग तो ये नहीं समझ रहे ना कि आप ऑपोजिशन में हो, आप बीजेपी से आपको चुना गया है। लोग ये समझते हैं कि भैया हमारे यहाँ क्या सड़क बना दिया उन्होंने, हमारे यहाँ हॉस्पिटल लाए, हमारे यहाँ जो बुनियादी प्रॉब्लम है रोज़ाना ज़िंदगी का वो हमारा एमएलए सॉल्व किया कि नहीं। अगर आप नहीं कर पाते, आपके पास पावर नहीं है करने का, तो आपको दोबारा क्यों चुनेंगे?
वन प्लेयर गेम तो है नहीं, टू प्लेयर गेम है। देयर इज ए रूलिंग पार्टी। See, opposition's role. See, I'm an MLA, member of the Legislative Assembly. I'm supposed to give inputs for legislation and point out what the government is doing, what it is doing wrong. Despite all these limitations, governments change. Opposition do defeat the government. So the opposition's role is also partly to keep a strict watch on the ruling party and point out to the people what their failings are.
तो बालूरघाट का लोग 2026 में अगर आपको पूछे कि साहब आपने क्या किया हमारे लिए बताइए, वो 4 चीज क्या किया आपने?
क्या किया? वो सोलर लाइट्स लगा दिए इन सम रोड्स, सम स्कूल्स को थोड़ा पैसा दिए हैं टू हैव the stages to stage plays and so on. और क्या किए हैं? तो कहीं कहीं छोटा सा सड़क बनाया and things like that. I mean, nothing much. And pointed out problems with the primary health center, with the schools, absence of doctors in hospitals.
ये लाचारी आपको तकलीफ देता है कि आप जो चाहते हैं इतना सारे नॉलेज लेके सिस्टम का, प्रोसेस का, डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन, फंड रीडिप्लॉयमेंट, आप अपना कंस्टिट्यूंसी में जब आपको मौका मिला आप कुछ कर नहीं पा रहे क्योंकि सरकार किसी और का है।
हाँ, ये तो है, but that's democracy. I mean, that's inherent in the game.
कभी आपने कुछ ऑल्टरनेट प्रोसेस अपना कंस्टिट्यूंसी को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए, फंडिंग चाहिए, फंडिंग आपको मिलेगा नहीं, 60-70 लाख से कुछ होती नहीं है, कुछ ऑल्टरनेट प्रोसेस आपने सोचा, जैसे क्राउड फंडिंग?
It's not easy. No, it's not easy.
श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी का स्टेट वेस्ट बंगाल, बीजेपी को बहुत दुख है कि वेस्ट बंगाल में पैर नहीं जमा पा रहे। क्या कारण है? मुद्दा यह है कि बंगाल का हिंदू भी बीजेपी को पूरी तरह से वोट नहीं दे रहे। बीजेपी का हार का कारण क्या है जो कि अगला 2026 में ठीक किया जाए? क्या लीडरशिप नहीं है? ममता जैसे चेहरा नहीं है? क्या वेस्ट बंगाल का बंगाली हिंदू बीजेपी का हिंदुइज्म से एक मत नहीं रखते हैं? क्या वेस्ट बंगाल में लिटरेसी लेवल इतना ज़्यादा है कि आप कोर हिंदुइज्म उन लोगों को समझा नहीं पा रहे? क्या कारण है?
But as far as the scriptures go, BJP scriptures, it's not a Hindu party. It's a Rashtrabadi party. See, the BJP is basically a nationalist party. See, it grapples with the problem. See, India is a country, no doubt. India has got many unifying forces, but still the nation has to be built. It's like the French.
So my question was very simple. Do you need a face equivalent to Mamata, which is why you're not winning Bengal? Is it that BJP's Hinduism doesn't have resonance with Bengalis' Hinduism, which celebrates the largest Hindu festival in the world, which is Durga Puja? Is it that you have too much of fractious state politics, fights between your party members? What is the reason? Theory apart.
No, you are asking me a question which is out of my syllabus. So I'm not an expert on this issue. And whether BJP needs a face, that you have to ask higher ups in the party to give their
What's your opinion,
verdict.
sir?
No, we do have some leaders, and leaders are not, I believe, not only juxtaposed from above, but they rise from below. For example, Shubhendu Adhikari, he was not there in the party a few years ago, but now he has sort of become a known face. Shukanto Majumdar, he was just an MP. Now today he is the state president. Now,
can either of them match up to the charisma of Mamata? You know why I'm asking this question? Because Modi ji at a national level has always maintained and poked the opposition, who is your PM candidate? And that has been the fault line of the opposition for national politics. They don't have a PM face vis-a-vis Modi. And the same applies in West Bengal. BJP doesn't have a CM face vis-a-vis Mamata.
Again, Rajan, you're asking me questions that is beyond my syllabus. But if I may tell you from the experience, BJP has gone to the polls in many states without a CM's face. Because if you look at it, it's not essential. I mean, it's not absolutely essential to have a CM's face, because the CM ultimately is chosen by the parliamentary party, the legislatures. Now, whether, of course it will be good to have a saleable face, but that's for the party to decide.
Let's come back to your days in Finance Commission. 15th Finance Commission had done a lot of remarkable work. What was that you had suggested to the Finance Commission which got adopted? What are the policies and how did they get implemented finally? Did they at all?
So what the 15th Finance Commission did is it took how to strengthen the local bodies. And there the issue was accounts. Touch point is most intense at the local level. And
which is the panchayat?
Which is the panchayat, the municipality, the corporations. So,
and आम आदमी ये समझते हैं ये पंचायत म्यूनिसिपैलिटी और जो लोकल लेवल का एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन है वो देश में कहीं भी काम नहीं करते.
That's not true. That's not true. There are differences.
और ये करप्ट भी है.
For example, Kerala, Karnataka, and they've done far better than many other states. So there is a difference. You see, India is a large country with 28 states and some union territories. So don't paint them by the same brush.
So what are the things that you suggested and got implemented, or implementation was not really in the hand of the Finance Commission? End of the day, you could only suggest.
What the Commission did is one thing, that accounts are essential. You don't give the accounts, you don't get the money.
Has that been implemented?
That has been implemented.
Everywhere in the country?
Everywhere in the country. And since money is essential, there is a lot of focus on accounts and getting the accounts audited. and putting it on the web so that if you are staying in a village, you can go to the web and
So
find
local
out where
panchayats and municipalities in far-flung areas, in small places, how do they get an accountant? Even that accountant, the auditor is not available. Who audits it? Does CHE have the means to audit every panchayat, every municipality in the country? How does it work, sir?
in the village, the sarpanch often is not a man of no means. He is an income taxpayer. He prepares his own accounts. And I believe that accounts, once they start getting prepared and getting audited, things will improve.
Has it happened?
It has happened.
Most citizens think that the corruption at municipal level is very high. More than the MPs, the MLCs are corrupt. The lower rung politicians are more corrupt than the higher rung politician.
So maybe your opinion of the poor member of the panchayat is more adverse because you know much more about him than you know about your MLA. And you know much more about the MLA than the MP. So this presumption that corruption is much more at the local level may not be absolutely correct. And there is the other thing, that the panchayat or the local bodies is the main touch point for the ordinary citizen. So given that you are dealing with it, you are more aware of the problems. But the MLA or the MP is more removed, so you are not that aware or you don't suffer that much.
डॉक्टर लाहिरी, एक लंबा समय से आप अलग अलग प्राइम मिनिस्टर का एडवाइज़र रहे। हम आम तौर पे ये समझते हैं कि जो प्राइम मिनिस्टर्स का एडवाइज़र होते हैं वो रियलिटी से बहुत दूर है, राइट? आपको जब रियलिटी दिखे 2021 में, जब आप पावर पॉलिटिक्स में उतरे और गांव में गए और आम लोगों का आम प्रॉब्लम के साथ जूझते रहे, आपको क्या लगा दिल्ली का एसी कमरे में बैठ के जो हम पॉलिसीज बनाते हैं और सड़क का जो प्रॉब्लम है उसमें फ़र्क क्या है?
I don't think the policy makers are completely oblivious about the reality. वो जानते हैं क्या हालत है, क्योंकि देखिए जैसे प्रधानमंत्री ग्राम सड़क योजना, ये तो आसमान से नहीं आया. People were aware of it कि गांव में सड़क की बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है. And there has been a revolution in ग्राम सड़क योजना. I think it's one of the best centrally sponsored schemes that you can think of or you've ever had. But my main take or my main realization after joining active politics is to come face to face with poverty.
और ये हर प्रधानमंत्री हो, फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर के एडवाइसर्स हो, जब जो बड़े एडवाइसर्स बैठे हुए हैं उनको एक बार के लिए जिसे बोलता है रियलिटी एक्सपोजर, वो कैसे दिया जाए जो आपको इलेक्शन में आप उतरे तो आपको मिला?
Now, I don't think knowledge is lacking, but empathy comes from rubbing shoulders.
वो lacking है. वो bureaucracy, advisors.
It's like if I don't meet you for 5 years, and then my caring, I don't care that much as to what is happening to you.
Planning Commission members हो, advisors हो, Finance Commission का members हो, क्या आपको लगता है इन तमाम लोगों को जो बहुत ज्ञानी लोग हैं, but bureaucracy क्या isolated है?
Many of the bureaucrats, for example, they have been IAS officers, they have been SDOs, they have been district magistrates, so they're not completely ignorant of reality. This presumption that our elected MLAs and MPs do not know reality is a correct.
Oh, they know, but the bureaucrats perhaps don't. The Planning Commission members perhaps don't.
I wouldn't jump to that conclusion. A little more rubbing shoulders may be useful, but It's not the thing that is plaguing Indian policy making the most. I don't believe that.
वेस्ट बंगाल पिछले 50 साल से ऑपोजिशन रूल्ड रहा। ऑपोजिशन रूल मतलब दो अलग अलग सरकार थे, सेंटर में जो थे वो वेस्ट बंगाल में पावर में नहीं थे। क्या एक बड़ा कारण ये है सेंटर स्टेट रिलेशनशिप वेस्ट बंगाल का कभी भी ठीक नहीं था, इसी कारण से वेस्ट बंगाल पीछे रह गया? आपको लगता है कि दोनों सेंटर और स्टेट में एक ही सरकार होना चाहिए, एक ही पार्टी का सरकार होना चाहिए, तभी कुछ बदलेगा?
No. But see, one is the image that you project. Okay. I'll give you an example. For example, Ayushman Bharat and Shastro Shati card in West Bengal. One is a centrally sponsored scheme, the other is a state scheme. Now, if your main worry is, kiska picture rahega? The chief minister wants her picture, whereas Ayushman Bharat will not.
Will have the Prime Minister picture.
Prime Minister's picture. Now, what should a politician do? What should the chief minister do? Sometimes you don't fight a battle where your state is going to suffer and the people are going to suffer. You don't have the money, you will have to forego the advantages of Ayushman Bharat. So I call that petty politics, where you sacrifice a larger interest for a smaller interest. And there are examples galore where the West Bengal government has done that. My question is, for politics, please do politics as much as you like for garnering votes. But when it comes to brass tacks, when it comes to the enduring interest of the state, you must do the right thing which actually helps the state. But politics gets so nasty that you actually sacrifice the interest of the state for petty politics.
During your long tenure as advisor to various prime ministers and also in the Finance Commission, you were meeting industrialists as part of your job. Did you approach any of them in your capacity as a MLA to come and invest in West Bengal?
No, I haven't approached anyone because, see, if as an MLA of West Bengal or a politician of West Bengal, if I go to any industrialist, again as I told you, I'll only tell him one thing, him or her. Please come to West Bengal because you'll make more money here than what you'll make in any other state in the country. I don't think I'm still in a position to say that, because there's some moral responsibility. My job is not to invite someone and say, "Oh, chalo, laga to do, fir paisa gaya to gaya." I don't believe in that politics.
let's come to the Arjikar rape case, murder issue. Now, क्या आपको ये लगता है कि ये जितना भी प्रोटेस्ट हो रहे कलकत्ता में, ये सिटी सेंट्रिक प्रोटेस्ट है? रूरल बंगाल या छोटे शहर में जो रहते हैं उनको ये मुद्दा इफेक्ट नहीं करते हैं, वो खुश है क्योंकि उनको बहुत सारे स्कीम्स मिल रहे हैं?
दैट इज़ नॉट करेक्ट. ये सवाल आपने जो पूछा, शायद आपने सारे रिपोर्ट्स ठीक तरह से देखे नहीं हैं. सीए जो आंदोलन है, ये आंदोलन जूनियर डॉक्टर्स के हैं, क्योंकि जूनियर डॉक्टर्स के ये एक लड़की हमारे बेटी जैसे, उनको मारा गया. बहुत वेरी टेरिबल काइंड.
मुद्दा ये है कि प्रोटेस्ट सिर्फ कलकत्ता में हो रहा है, बाहर नहीं हो रहा.
नॉट ओनली इन कोलकाता. See, this will happen mostly in places where there is a medical college. But even otherwise, my reports show that practically in every district headquarters there have been protests. Not only in district headquarters, even in small towns like Rampur in Dakhin.
कहाँ लोग सड़क पे आ रहे हैं? कलकत्ता छोड़ के कहीं भी हम मास मूवमेंट नहीं देख रहे.
The mass movement meaning what? So
meaning people on the street.
People on the street.
All night.
All night. But the fact that Takht हिल गया है. So Mamata Banerjee, our Honorable Chief Minister, is not easily perturbed. But you have seen how she went there to the Dharna Manch of the junior doctors. How she invited them.
Strike continue करना चाहिए कि नहीं, sir?
Strike should continue until the justice is obtained.
तो अगर
and justice obtained means there shouldn't be any concerted move on the part of the state government. At least the perception is they're trying to do गोलमाल.
क्या स्ट्राइक आखिरी शब्द होता है डेमोक्रेसी में कुछ हासिल करने के लिए?
No, when you find, see, there is no way of recall. In many democracies, you can have an interim election to say that this government has lost the confidence of the people, we are recalling it. You can have a referendum and you can recall them. There is no way. So you elect a government and you find that the government is completely unsympathetic to your legitimate demands. So do you suffer for 5 years? What is the way?
Medical,
go to the court.
But medical एक emergency service है. क्या strike indefinitely होना चाहिए मेडिकल सर्विसेज में जहां लोग सड़क पे मर रहे?
The answer is no. But is it because of the junior doctors that people are dying? The junior doctors, what is the number of junior doctors are there only in public hospitals, in medical college hospitals, not elsewhere. Private hospitals are not affected.
Private hospital लोग afford नहीं कर पाते हैं.
But you have the Shastro-Shati card, which the chief minister sort of markets like the be-all and end-all of healthcare. Why is she not saying that Shastro-Shati card, use it in private hospitals?
डॉक्टर लाहिरी, कोई भी मूवमेंट पॉलिटिकल सपोर्ट के अलावा, कोई भी मास मूवमेंट, हमने किसान मूवमेंट भी देखे जहां बीजेपी को ये कहना था कि किसान मूवमेंट किसानों का नहीं था, इसके पीछे पॉलिटिकल सपोर्ट थे अपोजिशन का. क्या ये मूवमेंट भी जो डॉक्टर्स कर रहे हैं, इसका पीछे बीजेपी का इन लोगों के अंदर बीजेपी का सपोर्टर्स घुल मिल गए हैं? ये जो नंबर्स हम देख रहे हैं सड़क पे, इतना लोगों का हुजूम, ये इसीलिए हो रहा है क्योंकि बीजेपी इसको साइलेंटली सपोर्ट कर रही है, आरएसएस?
See, whether you say BJP, whether you say CPM, RSP, Forward Bloc, anyone, in a vibrant democracy, on such an important issue, where a young girl, an aspiring doctor, has been raped, murdered and raped, do you expect just because someone is into politics will stay completely at home and say, no, I can't do politics with this? Politics is part and parcel of it, but at the same time, there is a spontaneous people's movement. People are angry. Of course, I don't think any of the political parties had the bandwidth and
तो इसका मतलब आपका कहना है कि ये स्पॉन्टेनियस है, मगर इसमें बीजेपी का कार्यकर्ता भी इन्वॉल्व है, उन क्राउड में सब लोग हैं.
On what do you expect? I mean, for example, I'm a politician, all right, but do you want me to have no opinion on this Arjikar case? Am I going to say that no, I have nothing to say, I'm a politician, so this is simply between the junior doctors and the government? It's an impossible argument that I find from people.
फ्लैग क्यों नहीं है?
What flag?
बीजेपी का फ्लैग कहीं भी क्यों नहीं दिख रहा है?
No, because I'm not going as a BJP politician, I'm going as a citizen. I have my rights. I have every reason to be aggrieved by the way this girl was murdered and raped, and the way allegations are that the state government is trying to do golmaal. It's trying to destroy evidence in a concerted way. This was a conspiracy. This is the manifestation of the corruption that has gone into the public health system.
अगर मैं दूसरा पहलू इसका रखूं आपके सामने कि एक क्राइम हुआ है, क्राइम होने के बाद स्टेट गवर्नमेंट सीबीआई को इन्वेस्टिगेशन के लिए खुला छूट दे चुके हैं, जो मुखिया थे उस हॉस्पिटल का उसको निकाल दिए हैं, डॉक्टर्स के साथ बातचीत करने के लिए कोशिश कर रहे हैं बार बार। इसमें स्टेट गवर्नमेंट या ममता बनर्जी क्या कर सकती है?
दो सवाल इसमें,
क्राइम तो कहीं भी होती है।
दो सवाल इसमें एक ही है। एक तो है 5 दिन के बाद सीबीआई को दिया, 5 दिन में तो सब गड़बड़ कर दिया, और कमरा भी तोड़ दिया, वो पोस्टमार्टम रिपोर्ट, एफआईआर, इसके बारे में जानती हैं, खुलेआम आ गया सब। तो एक तो है there is a concerted effort to hide the truth. That's the first thing. Second, what has happened is that we know enough now about the OC of the police station and the principal of the college. Now, it seems there's much more to it than meets the eye. And now Trinamool is also saying, the ruling party is saying, why are you talking about corruption? It's only a case of murder and rape. But we know this strong relationship between corruption and crime.
डॉक्टर लाहिरी, क्या जादू है टीएमसी के पास कि आपने वीडियो खींच लिए, लोग पैसे ले रहे, आपने तमाम लोगों को जेल में डाल दिए, आपने सीबीआई को पीछे छोड़ दिए इन्वेस्टिगेशन के लिए तमाम केसों में, फिर भी वो इलेक्शन जीत जाते, हर इलेक्शन जीतते हैं, हर बाई इलेक्शन जीतते हैं, और बीजेपी हारते जा रहे। लोगों का परसेप्शन क्यों इतना फेवरेबल है जब आपने सब कुछ कर लिए?
It's not like some other fundamentalist countries where people meet and said इसका क्या किया जाए, चलो गला काट दो.
People are still not believing what you're trying to propagate about TMC and Mamata Banerjee. People are still believing elections after election, even the recent by-elections, TMC have won hands down.
See, it's too early to give a verdict on that. Mm-hmm. Now, remember Nondigram and Singur? Even Buddhadev Bhattacharya, may his soul rest in peace, he said something like, we had 200 and something, you had this. Now the TMC is also saying the same thing, but abhi to khel baki hai.
We'll wait for 2026. Dr. Lahiri, आपका रिश्ता कैसे है ममता बनर्जी के साथ? क्या रिलेशन है?
No, to claim that I know her very well will be wrong on my part.
You're being modest.
But but I must say that I'm a great admirer of hers, because she was she was the person, prima donna, who demolished the CPM. 34 years. And she knows the nerves of the people. A very astute politician. Astute doesn't mean that I agree with everything that she does. But when it comes to her politics, I think she takes the right judgment, she takes the right decision which will get her votes. To get votes, there is no one more efficient in West Bengal than Mamata.
ऐसे शख्स के साथ बीजेपी को क्या सलाह दे रहे हैं आप कि 2026 में कैसे अपना अगला बैटल को फाइट करें?
I won't tell you that, because if and when they ask me, I'll try to give my advice. But I think Mamata Banerjee has not faced a crisis as severe as the one that she's facing now. And her body language is showing that. But I also think that she will take her decisions in a very calculated way. So we shouldn't write her off as yet. TMC cannot run without her. She is actually correct when she says she is the only post, the others are lamp posts. Unfortunately, when it comes to any misdeed, then she says those lampposts are responsible. She is not. She never wants to take any moral responsibility. She is almost like a swan. She gets into water, but water doesn't stick to her. She never takes responsibility for RG Court case, even when she is the health minister, she is the police minister, home minister, and she is the chief minister. It seems that everything good that happens in West Bengal is because of her. Everything bad that happens in West Bengal is because of her ministers and others.